Welcome to BEAUCIETY, the first French podcast dedicated to professional hair and makeup artists. I'm Valentina, a bridal hair and makeup artist based in the French Alps. Specializing in destination weddings across Europe and beyond, every summer, as you drive to your weddings, I open this mic to accompany you on the road, keeping you inspired between two venues, two trials, two early mornings. I invite inspiring wedding professionals from around the world. We talk about their journey, their expertise, their mindset, and what it truly takes to build a meaningful business that empowers women and elevates our industry. Let's talk the real talk. Hello, Maya! How you doing? How
Hi,
you
I'm doing
doing?
great. Doing really good.
I'm
Thank,
excited! Oh, thank you for being here.
oh my God, the honor is mine. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, so I really wanted to have you on the podcast because, so let me just explain a little bit who you are. So Maya, you're a makeup artist, and you are specialized in color grading, color matching, color correction, etc. You are the master of this. I'm so excited to have you here today because
Yes,
we knew each other from the By Kelly podcast club,
yes,
and
yes.
so I contacted you to come to the podcast because you are the master of color shading. Oh wait, I mistake. Yeah, is that color shading? No, it's not that.
Shade
Color
matching.
matching. Color matching. Oh my god.
Shade matching.
Shade
Shade
matching. Oh
matching.
my
Yeah,
god,
girl.
shade matching, shade matching. Yeah, yeah. No,
All
no.
good.
Yeah, just people who are listening, just do as if you didn't see, hear anything, okay? Because we are so stressed, we are stressed as fuck, and this is the third time we're saying hello. So
Oh
shade
my gosh.
matching. Well,
Yes,
you're the
girl.
master of shade matching. So I was also saying before, like
Yeah.
I love watching your video because I love seeing you mixing colors, blue, yellow, and sometimes when you because you really go like very, very, very heavy sometimes for I'm like,
hmm
oh my God, how is she going to mix that to make it? And then after you see the final result, and you're like, wow, oh my God.
Yeah, girl.
Just to explain to the people who you are better than what I
Mhm.
just said, could you please tell me who you are, where you're from, where do you live, and what you think will be necessary to know about you?
Yeah, of course. So I am a career makeup artist. I have been doing makeup since 2011. I'll be stepping into my 15th year as a pro makeup artist in April. So it's very exciting. Um, I'm complexion obsessed. I love working on the skin, and I really believe I'm very passionate about shade matching because I really believe that our complexion is rooted in our identity.
Mhm.
And when women don't see that, when you do a beautiful makeup and there's a difference between the neck and the face, it's one of the most common ways our clients start to feel disconnected to who they are. And so I've built, I really kind of honed in on my shade matching, and I really live by my philosophy of safe glam, which is all about helping your clients feel seen and
Oh,
heard in the makeup chair, which I think is so, so important.
oh wow, safe glam, I love this.
Yeah,
Like we're used to hear soft glam, full glam, safe glam, and
safe glam, yes.
yeah, it's really the fact you say like is the identity that make you go on color shade, etc. So did you really start from the beginning when you were a makeup artist, or it come through the journey or being makeup artist?
Yes, so I would say I was very fortunate to end up working for amazing brands like NARS, Pat McGrath, and so they are very complexion focused. Like
Mm.
NARS just released a new foundation. I went and bought it. Like I I'm wearing it today. So like complexion, I've just always been so obsessed with it, but it's also because when I first got my makeup done when I was like 16 for the first time, I
Yeah.
had a really bad shade match makeup trauma experience.
Oh, yeah.
And so a lot of my philosophy on how I approach makeup, how I approach client care, how I like to do makeup and wear makeup is kind of rooted from that experience and really changing that for women, one client at a time, you know?
Okay. And did you learn this
Yeah.
by yourself, or is something that you work for big brands, but is it something that after you how do you say perfectionner? Like when I'm speaking French, I find I speak in English when I can find my word, and now I'm speaking in English.
It's all
And
good. I'm supposed to know French because it's the second official language of
oh
Canada,
really?
but
Ah yeah, no.
bonjour, that's all I know.
No, that's not French. That's not French. That's Quebecois, and it's very different. That's not French. No,
Really?
it's not different, but like their accent is really like let me. It's awful. Like Quebecois accent is awful. Like,
Yeah.
like if I have a makeup artist that is from Quebec, I wouldn't
Yeah.
invite her.
No, don't say
No,
that.
no, 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 no. It's not the same. French and Quebec is not the same. I'm joking, but I'm
Fair
joking.
enough.
People, I'm
No, no,
joking. Don't
fair
be
enough.
shocked. Don't be
It's all
shocked.
good. It's a very
No.
hard language to learn. French is
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
easy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. French is very, very like sometimes you have to ask yourself if the washing machine is a girl or a boy, so like
Stop. Oh my God.
just a washing machine. So let's go back to the discussion.
Yeah.
Um, so you work for big brands, and what you
Hmm.
learned for the big brands really helped you to perfect your skills with color,
Yeah.
with the color shading, etc. And did you bring some skill by yourself, practicing on brides or practicing on you or practicing on models? How did you come to reach this kind of quality of
Hmm.
shading and choosing the matching the good complexion for each person? Because like as a black woman,
Hmm.
like some I really struggle to find the good match for my skin, because
Yeah.
like until some years ago, like, or you have something really too dark or
Hmm.
too bright, and then you
Hmm.
finish and you end up gray, like
Yep.
okay, no choice, or like gray or like yellow, or like is not really the good color for your skin. So I prefer not to put on foundation. And so how did you really, because your master is really wow, so how did you
Thank
come
you.
to this kind of technique apart from the brands that you work for?
Yeah. So I would say just experience working with different clients, different complexions, inviting more people in my chair,
Mm,
because I feel like a lot of times makeup artists, they tend to stick to the range they're comfortable with. And
mm,
then when someone new sits in their chair, they're like, oh my God. But because I live in a very diverse city, community, we have every race under the sun, like on the streets, like it's a melting pot, right? So I had to learn how to make every client feel welcome. And so I've been working with a same brand of foundation for about 10 years now, right? So when you're so comfortable with a line, you tend to start to mix and match, because I'm like, okay, she's not 6 and she's not a 7. I need a little bit of this. Like, you kind of sharpen your eye and you start to see that one bottle or two bottles is not enough to get that perfect shade. And I don't want to do close enough. That's like one of my things. Close enough is not good enough. I want that skin to be seamless. So I actually invested in another foundation palette, and even backtracking. Have you heard of Graftobian Cosmetics? They're
no.
basically like foundation palette, and it's like I think 12 or 18 wells. So
Okay.
from the very beginning, I was mixing colors for my clients, like way back in 2011 when I started.
Yeah.
So now that it's come to this point, I invested in even more expensive version of that. It's a brand called Sean Richards, and I just started eyeballing. I would just hold
Okay.
the palette up and look at the client and just kind of see what colors I'm reading in the skin. And then I look at the palette and I started custom making every shade. And then I discovered the Face Atelier
Oh,
adjusters, the colors,
yeah.
right? Because I've been using their line for so long and I always had the adjusters, but I never really got into them. But the second I started working with them, that's when my artistry really changed, because I was able to fully understand color theory, how it reads on different skin. And I was able to work on my technical skills to the point where now, even if I mess up, I can recalibrate and correct while the client's in my chair. I'm no longer sending anybody off like, sorry, it's the best I can do. Like, also when you've been doing this for 14 years, that's not good enough, right? Like you want to be a luxury artist, you're charging luxury rates. That means every complexion deserves that same level of care and precision. So I think it's just really honing in on that one thing. I will say, like, my eye makeup is not the fanciest, like, but complexion is where it's at for me. So I just kind of honed in on that and just kind of went from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
I don't
like
know if that answers your question. Sorry.
no, that's really perfect. I adore listening to you talking, and it was really perfect. Thank you for your answer. And like, I feel for the skin is much more important than the
Hmm.
eyes. Like for the eyes is like the eyes you can do whatever you want. Like you can put black, you
Yeah.
can put brown. You don't have to be the good color. You know, you can like if you pull like a brown that is a little bit too dark or a little bit too, you can like hide it if it's not quite
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
shade that you need. But the skin, like the skin is the most like is like 90% of your face. Like it's all over your face.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's all over your face, and your skin is what you're going to see first. And if you don't feel confident with your complexion, that's a big problem. And I think it's important to take to take really time to do the skin, even because I really like to take time doing skincare, before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not as good as you at color matching, etc. But I I like doing the skincare, but because the skin for me is the most important part of the makeup. Because if you don't feel like comfortable on your skin, confident on your
Hmm.
skin,
Hmm.
it can ruin the whole makeup. Like you can have beautiful eyes, you can have a beautiful wing line, you can have a
Absolutely.
beautiful lip color, but if the all of your face is not like you don't feel you, well,
Hmm.
the makeup
That's
is
exactly it.
yeah, the
That's
makeup
exactly
is
it.
yeah, it's messed up. Like no, that's not me. And yeah, it's really important. And the fact you talk about identity, I can really feel it when you talk about it.
Yeah.
So like you don't want to have people like you when you were 16. And that's very important because it's a real mission. It's not just like you're not just painting, you're not just you are an artist.
Exactly.
You're an artist, but it's a mission that you have to
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
every woman
absolutely.
feel confident, and that's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank you, Valentina. I mean, I've been there, right? Like when I had that makeup experience when I was 16,
Yeah.
technically the makeup was flawless. Okay. Like what she did, even though it was heavy black smoky eye, red lip, the fact that she took the color from a white bottle of paint with a paintbrush and literally painted on my face. I felt it go on my face like cold. Like it
Yeah.
was paint. It wasn't even like a foundation product. But I didn't know any better because I was in a salon. It was my first time getting makeup done. I was so excited. And that's what everybody looked like around me. All the women had the same look. It wasn't until I went to the wedding and people started saying, "What did you do to your face? Oh, what happened to your face?" And like, I just started shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And then
Oh,
it's like, it really affects your self confidence. And like, I'm sure you have worked bridal parties where sometimes there's always that one bridesmaid who runs into the washroom with her makeup bag after trying to fix it. And so often it's not that anything else is off, it's just the complexion.
yeah.
Even how heavy women like their foundation to be. If someone's saying, "I never wear makeup," but then she's showing you full glam. Now that's our job literally in that moment is to consult and like ask questions and investigate. What do you like about this? What do you like, the skin? Do you like the eyes? Half the time it's like, "Oh, I actually just really liked how the blush is." But she doesn't know that, right? Like she's just showing you 10 pictures and she likes certain aspects. It's our job to like break down that inspiration and then build something together,
Mm,
right? And I've seen many times where makeup is technically flawless, but if the complexion is off, it's just that disconnect. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I've been
Something's
there
not aligned.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there myself. I have been the artist who didn't quite nail it, then I'm spending extra time trying to use bronzer, concealer, setting powders, and just panicking. Like I understand what that's like because I've been there. And that's why it became even more important for me to be like, nah, like I gotta fix this. I gotta get it right. Right.
Yeah.
So
And that's what you teach in your courses of complexion perfection, exactly. So you teach
yeah,
how to do a good diagnostic consulting before starting the makeup. And then can you
yeah,
tell me more about your course that you
yeah.
provide, please?
So my course basically is just to help working artists understand shade matching better,
Mm,
understand where to shade match, because a lot of times we're just taught the basics of shade matching. Do three swipes, whichever color works best. You use it all over the face, but our faces are so much more than that one-dimensional color, right? Even as a woman of color, you have deeper tones on the outsides of your face and you're brightest in the center. So what do you do then, right? And I teach things like where to even test your shade match. So I have four areas that I say you have to shade match: on the side of your nose, because that's the brightest part of your face,
okay.
right? The side of your jaw, because
Okay, this
that
one I
tend to
know
be
that.
where you have a little bit more
Yeah.
hyperpigmentation. Side of your neck, because that color has to melt into your neck. And then right here under your chin, the center of your chest. That is how you end up making it one seamless complexion,
Oh my God.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I only knew this one. Like this one,
Yeah.
okay, like yeah, the brightest part, okay, but this one,
Yeah.
why is this one also
Brightest
important?
part here and here tend to be the same color. Your
Okay.
chin, your chest, and the brightest part of your face, right? So
Wow.
that's why these three areas, it's really important, especially the second you get into more olive tones, more red tones. Like even when you were talking about your experience, I want to say half the time your foundations were almost too red or too yellow, right?
Exactly.
It's the depth. You're kind of not getting the depth right or the undertone. So there's just so much more to color matching than what meets the eye. Even surface redness. So many women have texture, acne, and artists end up matching the surface redness, the rosacea, and then they're like, wait, why is she pink all over? Like, so it's even just like understanding the surface is the last thing I address. I always look at the undertone first. And when a client sits in my chair, I ask her to show me her neck, show me her chest. Like I want to look at everything. And Lisa Eldridge, I recently watched a video from her and she says sometimes she asks clients to show them their tummy
No
because she's
way.
like, absolutely, because your stomach is most untouched by
The
skin
sun.
concerns, the sun, all those things, so you can really get a good idea of a person's undertone. I haven't
Okay.
gotten there yet, but I mean, if I have someone really challenging my chair, I might ask them. Yeah. So it
Okay.
just goes into like how deeply you want to understand shade matching, right? So yeah, so complexion perfection kind of is a whole ecosystem, and it's my proven framework of finding the anchor shade. So, which one is the best match? Then calibrating that to make it perfect
hmm
and aligning everything. So, I call it the anchor, calibrate, align framework.
Oh wow. And
Yeah.
how long does it take you to find the perfect match? Because like when I'm listening to you and then I look your
Mhm.
video, I feel like, oh, if I do this, maybe that was going to take me like so much long
No,
time to reach the
not at
perfect
all.
match, you know. How long can like imagine me, because I'm used to do like just at the jaw, because
Hmm.
before
Hmm.
before we used to do matching here, but that I know is
Hmm.
not good because it's not the same thing. So now I
No,
do it
it's
here.
not.
So most of makeup artists just do it here. And
Hmm.
but when I see your work, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to take so much time. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, my complexion takes me 10 minutes from start, from matching, from finding the anchor shade. So say if you sat in my chair, I would pick up two foundations, no more. I don't like
Okay.
to swatch three, four, because one, it you have to understand clients are also watching you. So if they see
Yeah.
you now like trying three, four shades, that starts to break trust between you and the client. It's very
Mhm.
subconscious, right? So I always say find two closest ones, swatch it, find the one that matches the depth and brightness of your client best. So now
Okay.
that's your anchor shade, right? So that takes maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. right? And then from there, I will see what her skin is reading. Like when I look at your complexion, I feel like if you were to show me a little bit more, you might have a little bit of olive around your mouth.
Oh,
I
olive.
do see a little, I do see a little bit of olive in you. I see a little bit of red, obviously. So
Okay.
I would go in with the closest shade. I would probably put on my palette a
Yeah.
little bit of red, maybe a little bit of yellow, and then just swatch. So once I find the color that's closest, my anchor shade, I start adding the adjusters and I do a test patch here. That's
Okay.
always my test. That's what you'll see in all my videos. I always test it
Yeah.
here. And remember that your foundation, your adjusters are just there to nudge your color to perfection. You should only be using maybe 5% adjuster and 95% of the foundation color.
Mm.
So if
Okay.
you're finding that you're just going in with pumps of adjuster, you're like making a whole new formula and like you need to redo the first step, which is finding the color that's closest.
Okay.
So I think it's just about having that framework. And once you have like A, B, C, one, two, three steps, it really doesn't take that long.
Yeah, it's like
So
most of
no,
everything. Once you know, you practice, and then
once
you
you
get it.
know, you practice,
Yeah.
and then it's also like it really is a way for artists to diversify the clients in their chair, right? And make more money. Once you
Exactly.
become known to be that girl who can finally shade match you, that referral, your referral starts to get flooded, right? So there's just so much more than shade matching when you actually take it seriously and you approach it in a way where I want my client to feel safe, I want her to feel seen, I want her to really look like herself when she sees herself in the mirror, I want her to recognize herself under all that makeup. So it's a whole approach which I also talk about in complexion perfection.
Yeah, because at the end is an expertise that not much makeup artists master because I'm not like I'm more hairstylist than a makeup artist, you know. So
Okay. Yeah.
for the makeup I really go on basis like what I really know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do almost the same makeup all everybody. Like even if
Mm-hmm.
it's like a white complexion,
Mm-hmm.
or a black complexion or any skin color. Like I do
Yeah.
almost the same step on each person, but sometimes I really feel that maybe on this person you to need more like yeah color to correct more to
Mm-hmm.
color like put it some blue, but I don't even have blue in my in my kit, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Blue is a really powerful one. Actually, I use
yeah,
blue and olive the most out of all my
yeah,
adjusters.
yeah. Just the fact that you told me like you feel I'm a bit olive, I'm like, oh really?
Yeah. You know what gives it away? In women of color, we
Yeah,
always have a little bit of darkness around our mouth, and
yeah,
oftentimes people call it hyperpigmentation. But technically, hyperpigmentation is under your eyes, it's more purple and blue based.
yeah,
Around your mouth, it almost looks like you need to thread. You know what I mean? It looks
yeah,
a little bit green, brown, and you're just like, what is this? So that's a dead giveaway for me when it comes to women of color. And even on your chest, I like, again, I'm looking at you through a screen. If I was to have
yeah,
you in
true.
my chair,
Mm.
I would probably be able to do a better read. But in lighter complexions, it comes up as yellowness all
Okay.
around the mouth. Like there's ways like
Yeah,
if you
I
really
see what you
study olive skin,
Mhm.
you start to like see it more and more. And I'm gonna tell you something. I only discovered I'm olive in the last year.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
After 15
Isn't that
years of
crazy?
doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because I had my shade match at NARS. I'm medium for Barcelona. It's a peachy gold. I always just considered myself like a warm tone girly, like very, very basic, right?
Yeah.
Upper level stuff. So this time when I got the foundation, I got 3.75. And if you look at the bottle, it's clearly green undertone. And I'm
Okay.
wearing it and it looks like a
Like
pretty damn good
looks like
match. You
skin.
know what I mean? Yeah, but it's interesting because there's so many nuances in our skin. So it just goes back to like just two swatches on the side of the face is not the best approach, especially if you really want to become known for nailing that shade match.
Like you just did a diagnostic on me by screen, but do you usually
Mhm,
do you sometimes do that this on brides? Like maybe you have some bride that don't live like close to you, so
mhm.
you already do like a pre-diagnostic before you see them or something by screen, or even do you do like online courses for like people that are not for of the makeup artists, people that are not makeup artists. Do you do that for
I'm a
people?
I'm a little bit hesitant to do that because again, through the screen, depending on different lighting,
Yeah,
I cannot confidently say. And
that's
if
true.
I'm just giving you a guesswork, you can just go to ChatGPT. You know what I mean? So even if
Nah,
I had like a bride, for example, if
yeah,
she's a destination bride, I would absolutely do a consult with her. I can eyeball her, but the real shade matching truly happens when you're in my
yeah,
chair.
yeah,
It's just so hands-on. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
and I would never want to promise I can give you an accurate shade match and then you step into different lighting and you're like, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But like, you know what
so
I mean?
true.
Through the
Yeah,
screen
yeah,
is kind
no,
of hard.
I know.
I do like makeup lessons virtually.
Okay,
So that's like kind of helping them figure out what shade might be the closest, the best, go to Sephora, ask for samples, learn how to do your day look, night look. Those kinds of things are still easier to teach virtually than
yeah,
shade match. And it's
okay.
interesting because so many women struggle to find a good shade match. I've been having women in my DMs asking me to like make them their foundation color. And I'm like, I mean,
Oh,
maybe I'm really putting on my brain cells to think about how to structure this offer, right? Because um obviously I have to think about my supplies, the time, and I would how I would even like do it because basically using your adjusters right from Face Atelier or any primary color adjusters, you can just make the foundation from scratch, right?
wow.
So it's just how do I package that, and does the client care enough to pay me $100, $120 when they can just go to Sephora and buy NARS for 75 and it's good enough for them? So it's like, but it's just interesting that shade matching is a real issue for a lot of everyday women, like, yeah.
Well, actually, I feel if you have the demand, like it might be
Mm.
something that you can really do. And do you ever think about like launching your own brand of foundation and adjuster, or is you just really love using them and not maybe not create your own brand?
I feel like my impact is I will be able to have a greater impact if I can empower more artists to
Mm,
correctly shade match. Because guess what? There's NARS, there's Lisa Eldridge. There are top of the line formulas out there. It's not really anything I'm that passionate about, but I am passionate about teaching, about training, about helping other artists elevate their skills because I feel like, again, I feel like you make more of an impact that way, right? Because every artist that learns how to shade match, that's 10, 15, 20, 100 more women that felt safe in the makeup chair that referred back to that artist. It's just like, it's just better use of my time and energy, I feel. Why reinvent the wheel when I could just teach you how to use it better?
you're really on mission. I love this.
I guess I am. I'm
Yeah.
realizing that talking to you today.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
because I really enjoy listening to you talking about all this. Like you can really feel like something that comes from your art, from like right from your stomach. Like in French, you say from par les tripes, from your stomach,
Mm,
from your heart. Like you
yeah.
really feel something that you're like even looking at you because people are just going to listen, but even looking at you, you can see your eyes sparkle, etc.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
really
Thank
lovely to
you.
listen to you talking about this. And talking about Face Atelier, because you work a lot with Face Atelier and you do a lot of content with Face Atelier. Did Face
Yeah.
Atelier sign with you or no?
Oh my God. Not yet, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I have had a couple meetings with them, but
Oh,
everything will happen at the right time. And
yeah.
I'm at peace because you know what? When I started this, it wasn't to get a brand deal. It was really
No,
just
genuine.
showing
Yeah.
what I'm passionate about. And it's
Yeah.
interesting because I was always doing it behind the scenes. And I just happened to record it and put it out there. And the response was insane, like
Yeah.
absolutely insane. I actually put it out there because I came back into, I basically left this whole corporate and retail world that I was in for like 14 years behind exactly a year ago. And I was like, I really want to make it in bridal. I want to be a professional artist. And, I have 2 kids. I want to build a business around my life, right?
Mm.
After dedicating every single weekend for 14 years to the retail floor and making money for the big man, I'm like, I think it's time. So my first shade match reel I put out November 18th, and my whole aim was to just help brides feel like, okay, this is the girl who I can trust. But what ended up happening is I had an influx of artists follow me from around the world. And I mentored with amazing Kelsey Bain, who I know we both know
Yeah.
and love. And she was like, Maya, you're really onto something. And actually, it's interesting because during my mentorship, I was like, Kelsey, I don't know what's happening. These brides aren't coming. And I worked so hard with her. I've put out like 67 reels in 12 weeks to like
Wow.
get my Instagram to where I wanted it to be, right? And we're
Wow.
both so proud of how far my speed has come. And I learned so much. And then she went and bought Face Atelier and I saw it on her stories. And I'm like, girl, I sent her like essays on like use this shade for this client and this and this and this. And she's like, what? You have
That's
all this knowledge? Why aren't you talking about this more? So she really kind of like saw that in me and she's like, Maya, like talk about this. You really need you're onto something. So I put out my first shade match and then I have literally put one out every single week since November 18th. I'm on my
wow.
15th one I'm releasing today. And my
Wow.
goal is to have total of 52. Just to
One for
like
each week for
one,
1 year.
yeah, one for each week.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so it was just really interesting. And I didn't realize how many artists struggle with shade matching. And as I'm putting this out and having the conversations in the DMs, it's like, yeah, like most of us are taught the basics and then we're expected to learn through trial and error.
Mm.
So my course is a way for artists to just kind of collapse that time from where they are now to where they want to be, right?
Yeah, you see, even Kelsey, because I think the first time I saw you, it was fun. I saw you like talking. It was true, the live you did with Kelsey Bain, and
Yeah, yeah.
it really like even at that moment I was like, wow, this girl really know what she's talking about because like again, I'm more a hairstylist, so I really know the basic
Hmm.
of the basic,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
I just learned what is important to know, but I'm not really like very curious about the rest. And you have the curiosity, you have the knowledge, you have all the skills, and fortunately Kelsey told you to bring this out to us because like
Yeah.
sometimes I like to say is even like selfish to
Mhm.
keep this knowledge just for you and don't
Mhm.
let nobody see what you
Mhm.
can bring to the world. So can't wait
Yeah.
to see the other videos.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. It's really fun. So I actually have just launched my one-on-one intensives.
Yeah.
I just launched it. And so I think when it comes to the virtual thing, this is something I'm really excited to offer to artists where we have 1 hour together. You kind of show me your past work
Yeah.
and be like, and we sit and we dissect it. So I'll be like, you know what, here she went a little bit ashy. I think if you had used this color, like yellow, for example, this is how I would fix it. So just kind of really helping artists diagnose the gaps in their technical artistry, um, and just kind of really help that click in their minds. Because I think it's the difference between you making like thousands more per year, right? Just by having the confidence to again invite every client. I have been the artist who had somebody she's not comfortable working with show up in the chair on a bridal party, right? And you're like, oh, okay, we're gonna do the best we can. But that's not good enough. And no woman wants to hear that on a day she knows she's gonna be photographed, whether it's the bride or the bridal party, right? So
Mm.
it's like,
It's not fair.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's not.
it's not it's not fair, but then also you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, true. True, true, true.
Right. So even for me as an artist, like I said, I learned through trial and error, but I'm here to help artists just kind of close that gap, collapse that time. Don't don't try to learn it through trial and error when I can give you the framework.
Mm.
Just learn it, you know what I mean?
So that's cool to know because that's something you can offer because like you're in Canada
Hmm.
and as you say you have now makeup artists from all over the world that follow you. So
Yeah.
that's something you
Yeah.
can provide to do coaching one-on-one virtually as we're talking like
Yeah.
to learn and isn't why is it different from teaching someone to learn how to use the adjuster etc virtually and like maybe doing consulting for a particular client how do you do
So, for example, if you as an artist, you're like,
yeah
Maya, like my shade matches are almost there, but then I'm so happy with them, and then the pictures come back and she's a little bit gray in the face, and I just
oh
don't know what I'm doing wrong.
okay
That's where the one-on-one session will really help because that's where I can really elevate your technical skills.
yeah
But then if someone's the paying client, like an everyday woman, and she's like, well, I'm in Brazil, but I really want to get my shade match, I can't
yeah
give you that guarantee. I need to see you in like, natural light
yeah
and be able to diagnose that. You know what I mean?
yeah okay
So that's why I'm like, it's far more better use of my time to empower artists. Let me
Mm,
let me teach it to artists in Brazil. Go to her. She can teach you what I like, she can do it for you now. Right. So
yeah
it's a way of just spreading the impact in a way that's more also with integrity, right? Because I know I cannot 100% diagnose someone through the screen and be like, go
no
buy
that's
this
true
foundation.
that's true
You know what I mean?
yeah you must
So it's
like
like,
you need to touch you need to see you need to test etc that's very important
yeah.
oh
But
okay
if it's an artist and they have the adjusters, it's so much easier for me to teach them.
yeah
And we can do that live. Like, I'll like say, okay, put one pump of this color, now put the blue, mix it. Now you see what it looks like. How do we work it back? I can do drills with them. I can like, really practice. And also getting ready for clients. Say you have a client complexion you haven't worked with before, and it's a big wedding, it's a big shoot, it's a big moment, and you just want to walk into it prepared, which I have helped other artists do. They like DM me pictures of their models, and I'm like, okay, great. If you're using Face Atelier, make sure you pack this shade, and maybe this adjuster and that adjuster. And it's been amazing for them. So
okay
that's kind of where this one-on-one idea really came
yeah
from.
okay. And
Yeah.
what do you prefer, like one-on-one, or you prefer more like having little group of people, or maybe a big group of people? What do you
Girl,
prefer?
I'm such a I still consider myself a baby educator when it
Yeah.
comes to this particular thing because even though I've done a lot of training in store and I've taught like entire Sephora teams on how to use
Wow.
NARS products, right? Because that was my last job with NARS was territory manager. So I was managing like a $5 million territory. I trained about 20 stores, entire staffs on how to use the foundations, like the entire NARS line, right? So I'm not new to training, but shade matching specifically, putting myself as an educator, I'm still very much a baby educator, I would say. And it's very different to how you market yourself as a bride.
Mm,
Because when you're a bridal artist, right, you're just showing polished looks, right? You want to build that trust with the bride. And even if I was doing, shade matching and doing my process on them, the end of the day, they're just seeing that polished look. But
yeah.
as an educator, I have to show you the other side. I have
Mm.
to show artists like, hey, this is how I messed
Yeah,
up.
understand. Yeah.
But it was just this one color, and look, she's completely aligned now. So it's like you have to be willing to kind of show a little bit more of the trial and error behind the scenes. So
Mm,
I'm still learning these things. I would absolutely love to do like an intimate masterclass maybe later this year of
yeah.
local artists who want to learn how to shade match. I don't know, maybe I'll be in France one day, so in a few years. I don't know. I would
Well,
absolutely be thrilled to teach more artists hands-on and like make it a full workshop and like that's so exciting for me.
Yeah, I think you can do that because I've never seen a makeup artist so passionate about shading, etc. So I think
Mhm.
you can do it because there are not a lot of people that master this
Yeah.
skill, you know. Yeah, now I follow another makeup artist, but she's very known, like you know, big like as Kelsey, maybe even more. I don't remember her name, but she maybe
Terry?
I'm sure you
Terry,
know
she
her.
has like those flashcards. Terry
No,
Tomlinson, I think.
no,
No?
it's not
Okay.
flashcard, but she usually like she just put a little bit of foundation and after she put some
Mhm.
blue and she's like,
Oh,
oh my
yes,
God,
Rose. Rose
yeah,
Ciard, I think her name is.
yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah,
has
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
But it's
oh,
still,
Maya, like
it's
that's baby
it's
Maya.
cool because it's a different approach to color theory. She
Yeah,
is very much teaching color theory, but I think for me, it's very much helping artists nail shade matching. That's
yeah.
my
What's
mission.
the difference? Sorry for interrupting, but can you explain
No,
me
of
the difference?
course.
Because I'm always mixing, you know, because for me like
Yeah.
color theory,
Hmm.
etc. For me it's all the
Hmm.
same, but what
Yeah.
is different like shade matching
Yeah.
and the other one?
Okay. So, for example, a lot of these viral videos right now, it's like, oh, if your foundation is too yellow, you add a little bit of pink, like lilac blush, which I think is the one you're referring
Yeah,
to. You
exactly.
mix it and it looks good. That's just kind of showing you one facet of how you can use color theory. So, if you look at a color wheel, for example, you
Yeah,
know that red is across from blue. So they correct each other, right? That's why a lot of times you see clients, if it's a brown girl, like my complexion a little bit deeper than me, and she has any darkness around the mouth, the artist always reaches for that bright red, and then they cake on the different foundation, ends up being heavy. Um, that's like very basic color theory. It is correct in theory,
yeah.
and in application, you can make it work, but I think when it comes to shade matching, it's more leveraging color theory to really get a seamless color match. It's a little bit different than
Wow.
just like tips and tricks versus here's a system and here's how you utilize these adjusters. You can literally just use adjusters in your kit and have no foundation color and still be able to match somebody. That's where it's
Wow.
taking shade theory, color theory, making it more than a viral moment and actually making foundation from scratch.
Okay, like color
I don't know
theory
if
is
that
just
makes
like
sense.
neutralizing and shade matching is really like
The color theory is the theory,
yeah,
and then shade matching, how I approach it, is using that theory and building it into a framework, into a
okay.
proven system that will help you nail every shade match.
Yeah, it's the
I
niche
don't
in
know
the
if I
niche, you know.
explained it.
Yeah, I understand.
It's
Yeah.
more the practical application. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I
I would say
understand.
shade matching is more the practical application for it.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Well, I would like to touch on something a little bit deeper than makeup.
Sure, yeah.
A little bit, but only if you feel comfortable sharing this with
Yeah,
us.
of course. Of
Um,
course.
because we've had a conversation previously privately also about mental health, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
and without going too deep because like yeah, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
audience, etc. How has your personal journey shaped the way you show up for your work today, for your business, for your family, your daughters, your husband, that I still don't believe that you're together for so long now.
Yeah, 20 years now.
So
I think it's
yeah,
crazy.
like I thought like we were same age, like yeah, we're almost same age, but like
I
you,
am. I'm
yeah,
35. How old are
yeah,
you?
yeah. I'm 28. I'm the baby,
I'm
but
the oldest in the room.
yeah, I thought you were like yeah, maybe like yeah, 27, 28. But I'm like what, 20 years? Stop
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm
it! No.
35. So I met him when I was 15. So
Yeah.
we've been
So
together,
cute.
yeah.
Oh my God. So
Thank
how
you.
did your journey, your personal journey shape the person? Because I feel that your shade matching is also part of your story. Not far. You also say you told us about the experience you had when you were 16, but I
Mhm.
feel it's more deeper than that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe not, but yeah, could you please tell us, please?
So I would say for me, mental health, I think before I'm an artist, before I can show up for other people, I have to be able to show up for myself, for
Mm.
my family, right? If you look, there's a theory called Maslow's hierarchy. I don't know if you've ever heard of it,
No.
but it's basically a triangle, right? And at the bottom are your most basic needs. So
Mm.
need
Yeah.
for
Ah, yeah.
shelter, need for food, need for
Yeah.
security. And the top is self-actualization, like
Mm.
really loving and owning yourself and really coming into yourself. So when I look at that, how can I show up as my best self for my clients who pay me, invest in me, trust me, if all these layers are not solid, right? So I think for me, therapy has, like mental health, working on it has had just immense impact across every facet of who I am as a wife, as a mother, as a business owner, being able to hold empathy and compassion, but still have boundaries, especially when you're doing business. It's
Mm.
so important. We deal with women, and even just when they sit in my chair, you hear a lot of things that can trigger you, their experiences, but you have to be able to be professional in that moment, still show up for them as a professional, as an artist, but also as a human being, as a woman who's been in the trenches or has experienced something similar, and be able to like hold space for them. But you can't do that if you're triggered and unregulated, or if you can manage stress or emotional stress. As you know, wedding mornings can be quite stressful,
Mm.
and there's a lot of big emotions in the room already. So you really need to be that steady, focused, calm presence, right? Um, which I think a lot of brides have really like thanked me for. I've had brides come and be like, "Oh, this happened, that happened," and she was actually a therapist, and she, in her review, she left me a long review on Google, and she literally said, she's like, "And I really appreciate that Maya took the time to just listen to me,
Yeah.
right, and give me that safe space." So I guess like when it comes to mental health and just it's not about becoming a better person. It's just about being able to hold all these pieces of us that make us who we are, and show up authentically for every person, especially as a makeup artist. I really, really like my degree is in psychology and sociology, and I
Oh.
never thought I would use it,
Oh,
but I
really?
actually lean on that, and everything I learned and the way it expanded my understanding and broadened my horizons emotionally, mentally, critically. I use it so much in my day-to-day life and work because, yeah, like I've had clients tell me awful stories, and it's like the bartender or that stranger on the plane.
Yeah.
You like tell them everything because it's a safe place and it's not somebody who knows you intimately.
Yeah.
But imagine if I hadn't worked on myself and hadn't resolved or tried to come to terms with my own traumas and everything that makes me who I am, and your bride who's paying you thousands of dollars doesn't want you like tearing up and crying. They need you to be able to hold space and still show up for them, right? So I think working on your mental health is just it's so crucial. I think especially as millennials, I really believe that our parents were survivors, their
Yeah.
parents were survivors, and it's really up to us to change that story, change that narrative, break those generational
Break the yeah.
traumas and cycles. Even for me, like I only started therapy when I became a mom because a lot of my traumas popped up in my first year as a mother. And it's a time that was so filled with joy because I so desperately wanted to be a mom. But when I held my baby in my arms and all these unresolved issues started coming up, and I was like, something's got to give, and I started going to therapy, and it's truly changed. It's allowed me to be my best self.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you want to be able to show up as that for everybody. And I have people tell me like, how do you have so much, you know, you're always pouring into other people. And it's like, because I've learned to fill
Yeah.
my cup. I've learned to fill my cup without needing someone else to do it for me. I've learned to fill my cup just by loving and accepting myself. I used to hate that I was a survivor, but then my therapist and I worked on reframing that. It's like I survived, so now I can hold more space, and it's given me wisdom,
Mm.
right? And all of that has shaped me into somebody who can truly provide a safe space to other people.
Mm.
Because if you've never lacked something, you don't know the importance of it.
Mm, that's true.
But once you don't have it and you learn to cultivate it within yourself, in the people closest to you, and then strangers, it's like I'm Mama Maya. I've been called Mama Maya since I was 25 because I've always just been that nurturing type, right? But
Yeah.
through therapy, I learned to hold boundaries, to not overgive,
Yeah.
to to make myself important by just giving, giving, giving. I had to learn to like put importance on me needing
And
that
receive
too,
also.
and receiving also, and finding myself worthy to receive,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
So
that's
even like me
important.
stepping into this educator role, I've had to really work on my self-belief. Like, no, I do actually know what I'm talking about, and I am very confident in it. And like I deserve the shine for this one thing, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, so but if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have that therapy, if you don't have that mental health, a healthy mindset, imagine how many opportunities just go by. They
Mm,
just bounce right off because you're
yeah.
not you're not ready to receive from
Yeah.
the universe, from God, from just everything, right? So I think mental health is so important, and I really hope more people, especially working artists, give it a lot of importance because we touch people's lives. We truly do. And it's really important to show up as your best self because you don't know what that bride's been through. You don't know what that client's going through. I've had so many times clients sit in my chair and be like, Maya, my ex is coming with his new girlfriend at my daughter's wedding. I just really need my armor today. I just really need you to make me feel my best and like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Or sometimes there's really broken women who sit in my chair and they're like, I'm here because I have to be. And, it's a quiet session and I'm asking them questions or letting them sit. But there's all these little nuances of emotional intelligence of how to hold space. I think I've said this like 5 times now, but really
Oh.
providing that safe space in the chair. I'm so passionate about that. And I wouldn't have been had I not worked on myself so much.
Yeah, that because you say the like safe glam. That's where the safe glam come from, and that's why it's
Yeah.
important to talk about because like when you say like that you deserve receiving is very important because
Mhm.
most makeup artists I feel like most don't feel that they deserve receiving like they do not
Yeah.
deserve receiving a good client, they do not deserve receiving like good money, like
Rates.
it can impact so much things
Yeah.
if you don't relieve all the like maybe not even trauma. Sometimes it's just like misbelief that you have growing up, like you're not worth enough.
Self-limiting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
worth enough, you're not good enough, you have to be a good girl, like all those kind of things, like it's part
Hmm.
of mental. It's not just grieving about something big, it can be just like being
Yeah.
confident with yourself and know that you deserve to receive what you have to, because if you have the skill, why shouldn't
Hmm.
you receive, you know? And there's also something you talk about, but I forgot at the moment, but
No
um
worries.
yeah, mental health is very, because it's never just makeup. It's always more than makeup.
Ugh,
It's
so much
never
deeper than
like
makeup.
a makeup can ruin your day. A makeup can make your day bright. A makeup can
Yeah.
make you feel like the most beautiful woman on earth. Like makeup is so powerful, and the way you receive makeup also, because you can just receive makeup from like machinal way, like just okay,
Hmm.
let's just do this one more makeup and okay, or you can provide a safe place as you provide, and if you
Hmm.
don't do the job on yourself, it's difficult to provide a safe place as you said, and that's important that
Hmm.
you repeat it because it's very important.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've only had this happen once in my career, but I had a client come to me and she like read my about me page. She even did research on what Odara means. Like she was very, very
Wow.
happy to come to me. But at the end of the appointment, she was she looked beautiful, but she FaceTimed her daughter, the bride, she FaceTimed her other daughter, she FaceTimed her son, she FaceTimed everybody
Wow.
because she just couldn't accept that she looked beautiful. And she left my
Wow.
studio crying. And I cried. I chased after her because I was like, let me fix it. Let me take it off. Like I cannot let you
Yeah.
leave in tears. Like that's just I can't. Woman to woman, like what can I do to help you feel beautiful? And her son picked her up, and the first thing he's like, "Mom, you look so beautiful." And she's like, "No, no, let's just go home. I just want to take it off." And I really had to say it took me days because
Yeah.
it really like shook me. But I realized no matter how much I work on myself, no matter how much safety I provide for a client, I can do my best. I can make you look beautiful. I can make you feel beautiful. But I cannot make you believe that you're beautiful. That last piece
Mm,
is out of my
mm,
control. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that was a really, that's when like I had to really, because
She need to fill her own cup before you could feel.
and she needed to feel believe like truly herself that she is beautiful. No amount of makeup can do that, right? Like and I think it's just had I not worked on myself, that moment would have destroyed me as a working artist
Yeah,
because
true.
I did everything right.
Yeah,
I did everything right.
yeah. And
And
sometimes,
every person who saw you, she even messaged me a couple weeks later. We just kind of really disconnected after that experience because it
yeah.
was very emotionally charged for both of us. But later on, she did apologize. She was like, it truly had nothing to do with you. That was all me. And thankfully, because I had worked on myself, my mindset enough, I did come to that realization within a day or two of that appointment. Um, but it just goes to show like that moment would have literally stopped my career because what more could I have done?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had the tools to recognize it's not about me and
Mm.
not take it personally. That's also a huge thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
there's nothing personal. It like, let's say, because it's business, it's business, but
yeah.
it's never personal. And yeah, sometimes we can really mess up our work. That's true.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's important to know when you like you don't do the things good. It's important, but when you do
Hmm.
everything good, you provide a safe place, you provide skills, you provide good work, etc. And even his son, you say his son say you're beautiful, mom. Like at some point,
Everyone she FaceTimed, like,
yeah, at some
so it's
point we
like out
can,
of our
yeah,
control.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people that stop their career just for that one person that they couldn't handle, and they
Hmm.
thought it was their fault. And sometimes it's just
Hmm.
not, you can, as you say, you can do whatever you want, but if she's not convinced that she's beautiful, she won't be beautiful. But she is, but
She
she has to
is.
accept it.
But that's her journey.
Yeah,
And
that's
and
a,
for me, in that moment was recognizing that this is not about me.
yeah.
And like, let's be real, as artists, it takes time to build that thick skin where you're like, any any changes that that a client asks for is not a reflection of my artistry. It's a reflection of what makes them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. But getting from this point to that point takes a lot of mindset work.
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
Takes
yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
Your ego is not a part of this. You have to learn to be humble. You have to learn to listen. You have to learn to read between the lines and, investigate, ask the questions, right? You know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah.
it's like happens where brides will come for a trial and then not like it and cancel. And it's like, what do you do in that moment?
And
You go back to your processes, you refine, you see what you take accountability for what went wrong on your end too,
mm,
right? Because she did book you for a reason,
yeah,
right? Ultimately, there could be a gap on your
there was a
end. It's not always
disconnection.
on the client.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not always on the client. And I think one thing one of my mentors taught me was that we are in a position of service to our clients. We have to always remember we are in a position of service.
yeah.
They are paying us for a service. Client is Client is always right. Like, you know what I mean?
Technically,
Um,
yeah,
Technically, that's why I said
yeah,
technically, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we
yeah,
can't make it about ourselves. And again, you have to be able to receive feedback and stay calm and remember that it's not about you.
mm,
It's not about your artistry.
yeah,
But again, it takes time to get to that point. It takes years to build that thick skin. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Something I always like to tell to my brides is like, because for me the trial is the most important part of our collaboration. Like I like to collaborate with
Absolutely.
my brides. I'm not
Absolutely.
like I'm a service provider, they're a client, but we are
Hmm.
collaborator until your wedding. Like after trial,
Absolutely.
I always like to tell them before, even at the first call sometimes, when I feel it's important, I like to tell them that I don't care because your skin is your skin. After your wedding is done, it's no more my problem because I'm paid,
Hmm.
I'm good. If you don't tell
Hmm.
me what you don't like of what about my work, I can help you. So the trial is really important. Don't be afraid
Hmm.
to offend me. Don't be afraid to make me unhappy. I don't care.
Hmm.
Like I don't
Hmm.
care to be unhappy. My mission
Hmm.
is to make you happy. So if you don't
Hmm.
tell me what makes you happy, what makes you uncomfortable, what you prefer to change, etc., I don't know. So don't be afraid
Yeah.
to say what you need to say, or because some people really don't know how to say things, you know. So what I like to do is just I'll send you a recap. You don't need to decide anything today. I'll just send you a recap. Then you can just write by email or message.
Hmm.
You just write what you feel good with or what you don't feel good with, because
Hmm.
I know I'm the type of person, like, I talk a lot, but I'm
Yeah.
the type of person that, well, not is never like a big deal, you know, like, oh no, you know, she it was not as I wanted, so not a big deal. It will be better, you know. But if you don't tell me, it can be better, you know, because I'll think it's good already. So like
Yeah.
sometimes I know I would like to have the space for someone to let me write instead of saying. And sometimes maybe
Hmm.
that maybe is the only difference. uh
Yep.
the reason why the bride will cancel or not, because just
Yep.
because she prefer to write instead of saying, because sometimes
Hmm.
it's difficult
Hmm.
to say something to someone even when you don't know them, you know. So that's very important.
I think it just goes back to safe glam,
Yeah,
creating a safe space where
yeah,
she feels safe enough to be like, hey, like, I think, can we do this? Can we make those adjustments?
yeah,
And I think it's how you carry yourself the whole appointment.
yeah,
If from the beginning you're asking the questions and you show that you want to know, you want to understand what she really wants, and you're here to collaborate and build this look together,
yeah.
the more comfortable she's going to feel to give you feedback. I used to say things like, you can't hurt my feelings. I don't take it personally. I have a thick skin. But I realized that that doesn't really make her feel
Mm,
safe. That's just kind of letting her know that I'm all this. When in fact, the conversation should be more like, please let me know what's working for you, what's not working for you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to make this, a really good experience. I want you to feel heard. I want you to feel seen. This is all about you. Like, there's a way to say it where you're calming her nervous system,
yeah,
right? So you have to really learn that our nervous system plays such a huge role in how how regulated you show up is how regulated your bride will be. So like for my last trial, she loved my work. She saw my shade matching reel. She booked me for it. She still wanted a trial before she booked. And I was like, no worries, come on in. Second, she sat down, she's like, I don't wear any makeup. And you know what I did? I right away I handed her the mirror. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this together because I want you to look as often as
oh
you like,
wow,
because this is how your nervous system will be prepared for a full face of makeup by the end of this hour. If
wow,
I just hand you the mirror at the end of the appointment, no matter how natural that look is, it will be a shock to her nervous system, period. She has never seen herself with foundation, concealer, blush, eyeliner, mascara all at the same time. How can you expect her to be like, oh my God, I love this, if she's never even seen a quarter of that makeup on her face? But just her having the mirror in her hand and being able to look as she went along, her mom was sitting right here, and just really making it that safe space where, like, girl, we move at your pace. We have an hour and a half. We'll make any changes you need. And we did. We ended up making changes. She asked for wing liner. Then she's like, I don't think I'm feeling it. And I blended it out. And, it's just giving them a little bit of that control
mm,
during the appointment, where it's not like, I'm the professional, I know what I'm doing, I know what's going to work best for you, and you just wait and see what I do. Like,
it's
that's
collaboration.
really not the approach. That's why, like, yeah, like I used to be that makeup artist that's like, it's going to be a reveal. Don't worry. It's like, it's literally up until like 2 years ago, I was all about that. Like, I would always face my clients away from the mirror, tell them that, it doesn't look good until it's done, and then we can make any changes. But I kept running into the same issue of like, I
Mm,
don't know. Da, 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 da. So I have learned through experience, just hand them the mirror.
yeah.
It's totally fine if she questions your process because I'm confident in what I do. And
Mm,
it's okay if she has the mirror in her hand. It's okay if she questions me. It's okay. Like, I can tell her, and I walk everybody through my process. And we do skin prep first, then the eyes, then the complexion, then the lips, and lashes will be last. Right?
wow.
That's my process. And I walk everybody through it. Um, and like, I get parched by the end of my appointments because I talk so much, just so that they really know that I'm here 100% and I'm not here to do a copy paste look. I'm here to make a bespoke look that's for you, made to help you feel beautiful. So, what we ended up doing for that bride, she didn't look that different than when she came in, but it was perfect
That's
for
the most
her idea
important.
of bridal makeup,
Yeah,
period.
yeah,
Right. So, I think if had I not, and when I said that, hey, like, I'm giving you the mirror, feel free to look as often as you like, right? Because I want your nervous system to, you know, get acclimated to the makeup as we do it. And she literally sat back and she's like, wow, I never thought, no one's ever said that to me before, let alone hearing those words in while I'm getting my makeup done. And I'm like, so I think these are just things you really learn through time and experience. But this is why mentoring is so important,
wow.
like, you can really learn so much from another artist,
Mm,
from anybody who's been doing something long enough,
yeah.
like, you always learn from people.
By the way, how long do your mentoring, how long do you do the mentoring your courses?
I haven't done any mentoring yet, but I'm just
Ah,
telling you, like, this
okay.
is why, like, I have mentored under other artists,
Yeah.
but I would love to start mentoring more artists,
Oh,
newer
okay.
artists especially. But I was just saying, like, these are just things that I've learned that I'm sure other artists would appreciate hearing too, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, and my what I was trying to say in mentoring is just like, it's just learning from other people.
Yeah.
It's always worth it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Even if it's like something you think you know inside out, but
Like
just taking a minute to
even
like,
during this podcast, I'm learning a lot from you already, you know? So like you
yeah,
can learn
I'm
from
glad.
yeah, you can learn in so much ways, like just sometimes like assisting someone, like talking to someone, like like just like people feel like mentoring should be a big deal, is a big thing, but sometimes it's just like
No,
talking to someone in the
no,
industry, assisting someone in the industry, like yeah,
absolutely,
yeah. I really learned a lot
absolutely.
from talking to
Yeah.
you today. Thank you very much.
Of course, my pleasure.
Yeah.
It's
No, I wish you to really succeed with your career because you really have a mission, and I really wish you to accomplish your mission, your life mission,
Thank you
because
so
I can
much.
really feel that it's something that's coming very deep from you, and it's so like there are a lot of educators, etc., but you can really feel when it's something like the mission is more important than the outcome. Like
Mhm.
how can I say, like yeah, you're guided by something, like something bigger than you,
Mhm.
and I can feel it. So I really wish like maybe in 5 years time we'll see like Maya, your classes in Italy, in France, like they are
Oh, I
sold
can't
out,
wait. I would love
so that I'm
that.
like, oh my God, I
I would
didn't
love
have time to book my space. Maya, please, can you open the slot for me,
that.
please?
Oh my God. If I ever come to your part of the world, I would love to
Yeah,
see you. It
that
would
would
be
be
such a
awesome,
joy.
really. Yeah, I
It's
I
so
wish
good.
you I wish you to like accomplish all your incredible dreams for and make more makeup artists know about like shading and shade matching, etc. Like is very like I'm not good enough at this, and my dream is to stop doing makeup. So like maybe I'm not
Yeah, fair.
yeah, because I know I'm not good enough for this. So why should I take the place from someone better than me? Like I really think this way. Um, but
I
Really?
don't think that's the right way to think about it.
No,
It's like,
yeah, no, 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 yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, listen, no, no, like for real.
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen to me with hair,
Yeah,
right?
really?
Because all my career, I had other artists in my, area. It's like, you're leaving money on the table. You should do hair. You'll get more bookings if you do hair. But girl, I hate it.
Yeah,
Like it
exactly.
stresses me out.
Yeah.
But when it's makeup, I'm good at it. I know my shiz. Like, I can fix things. I can take it
Yeah.
all off and do it again. I just don't have that comfort and experience with hair. So as of last year, I was like, I'm done. Look, I have all these hair products just sitting here. But I don't do it anymore because I it doesn't excite me. It doesn't light my
That's how I
fire. I've not booked like at least 5, 6 brides this year because they're looking for someone who does both. And I'm like, girl, it's
no.
all good. Like,
Yeah.
this you have to do what aligns with your passions.
Well, makeup
So
doesn't.
and that's fair, girl. Hair didn't do it for me. And I know I lost money because of it. But at the end of
Yeah,
the day, do I just want to make money or do I want to build a career that
exactly.
is fulfilling and something I want to wake up to every day?
Exactly.
So it's not that you're not good at makeup, it's just not your thing. And that's
No.
totally fine.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like,
prefer to leave
you
it
know,
to other people, yeah,
yeah.
do your thing. Like my thing is hair
You do
and
your
do your thing.
thing.
Do you, I
Exactly.
do
I
me.
think we'd be such a good team. I
Yeah.
wish you were local to me.
Me
Let me
too.
move to the French Alps. That would be so sick. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah, but
It's so
come, come,
cool.
come,
So
come, come,
cool.
come,
Oh
come,
my
come.
God. I need to make a trip over. Like I have friends in Scotland I've met through like all the mentorships I've done
Yeah,
in the last few months. I would love to come see Level Up Girlies in
yeah.
England, see you in France. I need to do a big trip. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
I'm
Most
gonna
of
do it
us are
one
in
day.
Europe. Yeah, I don't really
Yeah,
know a lot
man.
of Canadian. Yeah, yeah, American, yeah, but
We're
not
just
a
up
lot.
in the north by ourselves
No. Lost in the
with our
snow.
bad Quebecois French. And the one thing
Oh
I do
my God.
remember is fermer le grande bouche.
Oh my
That's all
God.
I know.
Oh, Maya, excuse me. Oh my God. Maya. Oh my
The one thing I
God.
remember from grade 6. That is all I remember. And bonjour.
Fermez la grande bouche. Okay, 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 okay. Sorry. Excuse me for existing.
Girl,
Oh my
it's,
God.
when you learn a new language and everyone like teaches you the bad words
Yeah.
first. I remember I was so new to Canada. I had
Yeah.
like landed on Canadian soil and then I had to learn French. And I don't know, I just figured out that one sentence when I was
Yeah.
11
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's all that stuck.
That's the best part when you're learning a language and people teach because I did that a lot. I did
I
that a
really
lot
hope
when
I
I
didn't
was young.
offend you. Like, oh my God.
And
I
then
wasn't
you're
saying
like,
it to you.
oh my God,
I'm
no,
just
don't
like,
worry. No worries. And
so
then after
silly.
you're repeating and people are laughing, the people that teach you this word, they're like,
Yeah. No,
oh,
no, the teacher did not teach me that. That was just my little mind putting together
oh,
words.
okay,
And I'm
okay,
like, I
okay.
think this is a sentence. I can speak French now.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's so
thank you so
nice.
much for having me. I had such a
Wow.
good time.
Yeah,
My
me
cheeks hurt
too.
from
Oh
smiling.
my
I
God,
had
me too.
such a
Me
good
too. I was going
time.
to say the same. Like, oh my God, I was so stressed at the beginning because, as I say,
Oh, please
it's the
don't.
first English
Yeah.
episode that I'm registered. So I'm like, oh my God, like, as if I'm starting again, even if this is the second year I'm doing podcast. But I'm like, oh my God,
Wow,
why am I stressing
congrats.
so much? Like, oh, I'm hot.
Yeah. This is my first podcast ever. So thank you so
Yeah,
much for making me feel so welcome and for
yeah.
giving me a safe space to, talk about what I'm passionate
Oh,
about.
I'm
It
sad.
means the world to me. Thank you.
Yo, I still have a little bit some of question for you because I have always
Of
like
course.
some
Yeah,
signature question that I ask to all
of
my
course.
guests. So
Yeah, let's do it.
let's just go and then we are done.
Okay.
So we talk about the bride that you the client you had that you did the makeup and you almost stopped your career if you didn't know it was not about you.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
Mm-hmm.
your most difficult experience as a makeup artist, or do you have another experience? And what do you learn about this experience?
Mm. Honestly, I've been very lucky to not have a lot of bad experiences in that way.
Yeah.
Um, I did have a hair experience happen very early on in my career, which
Eh.
actually put me off of doing hair for years
Okay.
until like 2022 when I tried to do it again. And I was like, yep, that's still not for me. So one of my early brides had, I did her bridal party. She was one of the first weddings I did. I'm talking like 2012.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, okay, my boss, she's the CEO for some big energy company. She has a conference. She wants you to do hair and makeup. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let's do it. Like, and I was like, how long is her hair? Because again, hair was never my strong suit. And she's like, oh, it's just short hair. It's like a bob. It'll be really easy to style it. So, okay, cool. I go. I drive to Toronto. It's like about an hour away. I set up and I'm like, I'm going to do your hair first. And I remember I was doing her hair and she's like, I wanted like this. She kept doing this. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just taking the straightener and I'm like I was like, it was a bob. It was so short, right? Like I was just like straightening it inwards. She's like, so, anyways, 30 minutes later, I do it. She goes, looks in the mirror. She's like, this is all wrong. This is not what I wanted. I wanted it like this. And she basically wanted her bob to be flicked out at the ends,
Okay.
but she didn't show me a picture and I didn't know enough to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
And she washed her hair, she redid it. And by the time she sat down to do makeup, we had no time left. So, and then I
Wow.
had to go drop her at her conference because we had run late. And so she showed up with just her hair done and no makeup. And that 100% was the worst thing I have ever gone through in my life. And it put me off of doing hair for the next like 7, 8 years because I was like, this is
Wow.
not for me. I am not about this. And that was just like a very traumatic thing because you're still a very new artist and it really shook my confidence, right? But boy, did that ever teach me how to do a good consult, how to ask the questions, how to ask for pictures. It sharpened my consultation skills like no
Yeah.
other. And I stopped taking jobs that I wasn't 100% confident in.
Mhm.
Started hiring hairstylists, even if it's for one person. I adjusted my rate so I could have a hairstylist show up. And I learned to really work with a hairstylist. Um, and then in 2021, I opened up my studio and I wanted to offer hair. So I hired somebody to come and teach me hands on. And I really, really tried, but it just, like we talked, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
So I've come to accept it and I'm okay to leave money on the table gladly because if it's not something I can 100% stand by, if I'm not confident 100% I can deliver, my integrity will not allow me to take money for it.
Mm.
I'm no longer interested in
You
taking
don't enjoy.
anything
Yeah, you don't enjoy it.
that I cannot deliver on,
Yeah.
right? I think that's the one thing. Because that client, she told me, she's like, maybe next time just don't take jobs you don't feel confident. Yeah, I was
Oh,
ruthless, girl.
wow.
And I
That's
was what,
true.
22, 22, 23. I understand it was a big day for her. She was giving a conference to hundreds of people. She was going to stand in front of the stage,
Yeah.
and I kind
She
of
was,
messed
she
that
was a
moment
bit
up for her,
stressed also, maybe. Yeah.
right? Of course.
Yeah.
And I could have let that completely stop me from pursuing everything. But my family, my husband, they really were like, listen, babe, it's okay. Like, your makeup was not tested. It was hair. It was not something, maybe you should have said that you don't do hair, like whatever. Like, so I learned my lesson from that. And it's just really like working with aligned clients, less is more, quality over quantity. That's really, I would say, what I learned and how to like sharpen my consultation skills even when someone approaches me with a job, getting all the information before I say yes. Show me a
Mm.
picture of what her hair looks like. What does she want? Like, like really learning to set yourself up for success. I learned that lesson. And I'm glad I learned it so early on in my career. Even though
Yeah.
it was a very painful lesson to learn, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So,
That's
yeah,
true.
that was bad.
Yeah.
That
Well,
took me years.
see,
I've never spoken about it publicly before, but
yeah.
yeah,
Experience, bad experience, at least you learn the lesson and after you don't repeat it again.
absolutely.
That's
No,
the
never.
that's a good
Thank
part of
God.
bad experience. Like there's always a good part.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah, no, for sure.
do you have a like a good success you had in your career as a makeup artist that you'd like to share with us?
Success. I think honestly, one thing that I don't really market a lot is my personal makeup lessons.
Okay.
And I really, really enjoy them because so I think one thing that I really, really love is a highlight for me is when I teach women how to do their own makeup and just getting those messages from them like 2 years. I've had people message me years later, like, Maya, I'm still using the same techniques you taught me. And I just had a photo shoot and I did my own makeup and I felt so beautiful. And I just wanted to share the picture with you. And, it's like, I love empowering women through makeup. And, like, of course, doing makeup for someone's event is such an honor and a pleasure every time. But really giving those skills and techniques to the everyday woman and empowering her to make better buying choices in Sephora, how to really learn to do her makeup, and just giving them that like ritual almost that we take for granted as artists. I love that. And like honestly, like everyone I've done has left me a 5-star review on Google. Like I really
Yeah.
pour myself into them
Wow.
in those sessions. And I don't do more than one a week because I really pour so much of my energy and my know-how into them. So it's like 3.5 hours of just jam-packed, hands-on. And even last night, I got a message from one of my clients that came last month, and she's like, "I got a compliment for the first time on my new look. I just thought you should know." And like, that's worth more than any monetary tip to me. Like, I love that. I love that I could empower women.
Yeah.
So I'd say those are my highlights for sure.
Do you feel that that also fill your cup more than you like you feel it and they also fill your cup for you
Yeah.
also?
Like again, I think it just goes back to like how can I amplify my impact?
Yeah.
Doing makeup for somebody once, beautiful. You see those pictures forever, but teaching you how to do it and you
Mhm.
can just recreate that and walk into confidence, walk into rooms with confidence, whether it's work or friend's party or a wedding you're attending, like that really makes me feel like, yeah, I made a difference in
Yeah.
someone's life. That's more than just the moment, than the day,
Yeah.
right? And I
Yeah.
think that's why with the shade matching is like having my own line, sure. Maybe one day, but I know right now that my impact would be far greater if I can empower more artists how to do this and really elevate their skills. So I think, it's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
That's
think just
beautiful.
empowering other women through makeup. It's really, really,
Hmm.
it's a really good feeling.
So how do you envision Maya in 5 years' time? What's
Oh,
what
I
what's
don't
coming
know.
from Maya?
Can I tell you, Valentina, last year I thought that I had to be a bridal makeup artist to make it, right? And
Okay.
invested in so much mentorships with Kaylee, with Marissa Grace, with Kelsey Bain. Like I've spent so much money and time only for me to stumble upon shade matching. And now that's become my identity.
Yeah.
So I will say this year I made a little, my word for 2026 is growth.
Okay.
And I am just welcoming growth because we plan and then God plans. And I think in 5 years I can only dream to be working with brands and teaching makeup, shade matching workshops around the world. But I just know that God's plan for me is going to be more beautiful than anything I could ever dream of. I think for me, it's just continuing to move with alignment with what really I am passionate about and really trying to serve people, whether that's my clients or other artists. I think I just really want to fully, walk with that intention of being of use to people around me, whether it's my family, artists, other clients, and just being open to opportunities, whatever comes. I'm just so excited for growth because I'm like stepping into doing makeup full time, whether it's as an educator, bridal artist, like I'm just open to growth. And I'm so excited to see where this journey is going to take me. So I cannot tell you where I'll be in 5 years.
I'm excited to
But I
see
just
this too.
I just really hope that I'm still doing what I love
Yeah.
and I'm useful to the community that I've been a part of for 15 years now.
Hmm. I wish you all this. I wish you all this because
Thank
like
you.
that's the most beautiful thing I can wish to everybody on earth to continue doing what they love to do and to do what they love to do because many people do have work that they don't like. They're just like
Yeah.
just a work to live, and
Yep.
being able to do work that you love doing is like a
Hmm.
privilege. And I wish to all
Oh,
human to have this privilege to do a work that they love and continue doing it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years
yes.
forever. Like that's a goal, life goal, so wish you all the
It
best.
is truly, it's truly a privilege because I'm 35 and I'm starting again in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's a privilege that I'm able to do that, that my husband is making enough that I have this
The
small
space, yeah.
slice of time in life where my kids are old enough and my husband has making enough that I can take that little bit of time to really find my place, right?
Mm,
And yeah, so I'm just
yeah.
excited. I'm excited for opportunities and growth.
Yeah, I'm they're coming.
Oh, I hope so. I hope
They're
so.
coming. They're coming. Thank you,
Oh,
Maya.
thank
Thank you. I have a
oh,
really great
thanks.
time with you. Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Yeah, me
Oh,
too. It was such an honor and such a pleasure. Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank
I
you.
so appreciate that you asked me to be on. It means so much to me.
Oh, thank you. I'm not going to cry. I'm not. Give me a hug. Ah!
Bring
A
it
hug
in,
from Canada to France.
girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Oh, we are colonies after all.
Bye, Maya. Thank you very much.
You're
Bye.
very welcome.
Thank you so much for listening. If this episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It truly helps the podcast grow. You'll find all the details about today's guest as well as how to connect with both of us in the show notes. And if you'd like to connect directly, you can find me on Instagram at Valentina Dennis. See you next week for more real talk.